Honorable members of the House, Speaker Ma'am is arriving.
Good morning, honorary members. Please take your seats. As all honorary members know, we are going to discuss Part 5E of expenditure, which deals with budget. As many questions have been raised that we should spend more on defense or on health. So now I request Honorable Finance Minister Simran Khan to express her views. In our annual budget, health is one of the most important aspects. In the budget of this financial year, 80,000 crore rupees was allotted to the health sector. And with the objective of Swasth Bharat, we are successfully carrying out several schemes. But now, we are in need of extra expenditure to expand these schemes and to maintain the government hospitals. I would like to inform you that in the last year, the health sector contributed 1.8% to our GDP. And as a finance minister, I feel honored to inform you that we can increase it up to 3%. So, it is very important to increase the expenditure in health sector, not only for health development, but also for economic development. Thank you, ma'am. Members, please. Now I request Honorary Member Aditi Tanya to express her views.
Our first Home Minister of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, has said a very important thing. The first requirement of a country was and is internal and external security. We cannot have any development till we are secure. Honorable Speaker Ma'am, I completely disagree with my opponent. I am the representative of my people, and I understand that any kind of expenditure is going to be a burden on my people. So we should be careful where we spend our money. No doubt, India has a good military strength. Yet, when compared to other countries, especially China, we are not strong enough. We lack resources. We need better technologies, more modern and skilled personnel. So we must spend more on defense.
Members, please maintain silence. Now I request Honorable Health Minister Aditi Singh to express her views.
Honorary Speaker Ma'am, I am very sure that more expenditure should be on health, because spending for health is not just spending on health, but for every field of the society. Because only healthy people can work efficiently in any of the field. Only healthy soldiers can fight a war and win it for you. Recently, there was a statement made by the head of the World Health Organization that if all the countries of the world manage to save 1 day's expenditure, just 1 day's expenditure, which is on defense, then a disease like malaria can be completely eradicated from the world. From the recent survey, it has been found that 60% of the rural health centers just have one doctor. Can you imagine? Just one doctor. This clearly implies that we need more doctors, and for that, we need to spend more and more on health. And that is why I am very particular that we must spend more on health sector as much as possible. Thank you.
Now we request Honorary Member Kishore Kumar from the opposition bench to express his views.
Thank you, Speaker Madam. Our Health Minister has taken so much pain to learn so much facts, but she and the government has failed miserably to fulfill their duties. Ma'am, in last 3 years, due to the COVID pandemic, no new appointments have been done in the armed forces, which leads to a shortage of about 2 lakh army personnel. As our Finance Minister just said, we have a budget of 5 lakh crore rupees, which is $78 billion. But let me aware you the fact that 60% of the army budget is used in the giving of salaries and pensions, and only 40% is used in the buying of arms and weapons. So, less development is equal to less budget. Recently, we have a consignment of Rafale from France, but we need 150 Rafales to seal and secure our border with both China and Pakistan. But currently, we have only 36. Why do we have less? Because we have less budget. Ma'am, I firmly believe and state my opinion that expenses on the defense should increase. Thank you.
Members, please maintain silence. Now I request Honorable Defence Minister Anshu Ranjan to express his views.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, honorary member just said we are spending less on defense. I want to contradict him by giving him some facts. 9.8% of our budget is being spent on defense, while only 2.1% is being spent on health. So how can they say we are spending sufficiently on health sector? DRDO's budget has been increased by 8%. So clearly we need to focus more on our health sector. Thank you.
We need to increase overall expenditure, not only the percentage expenditure.
Now I request Honorary Member Shamduri to express her views.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I know and everyone knows why exactly the Treasury bench is putting so much emphasis on health. It is because they failed miserably to manage the COVID-19 pandemic. There was a lack of adequate infrastructure, not enough beds in hospitals, lack of resources and services. We could see people dying on the streets. So this sudden increase in health budget, it's nothing more than an attempt by the centre to gloss over their mistakes. Thank you, ma'am.
Members, please maintain the dignity of the House. Now I request Bhumi from the Treasury bench to express her views.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I completely disagree to what the opponent member just said. I believe that the Indian government never failed. Even WHO praised us. India was the first country who was successful in making the vaccine, and it distributed to most of the countries all over the world. Adding to this, not only India but all the countries, be it Russia, USA, China, they all suffered. Even if they spent more on their healthcare facilities, they were affected socially, politically, and economically. So with these points, I conclude that human resource is considered to be an utmost priority. Then why can't they spend more on their health?
Yes, members, please. Now I request Honorary Member Piyush Raj from the opposition bench to express his views.
Respected ma'am, as we can see that the Treasury bench is only emphasizing on health sector. I'd like to ask them that don't you remember after how many great sacrifices and struggle of our freedom fighters we have got our independence? So do you want to lose it once again? And if not, then irrespective of any discussion, we will have to increase our expenditure on our defense sector. Ma'am, we have the second largest military force in the world. These many people are ready to sacrifice their life for us. We have over 1.4 million active personnel. So isn't it our responsibility to safeguard them with the best and the most advanced equipment and weapons and provide them the best nutrition so that they can save our country from invaders and maintain its sovereignty? For that, we will have to spend more and more on our defense sector, on our soldiers, as we are because they are. Thank you, ma'am.
Please maintain silence. Now I request Honorary Member Sakshi Singh to express her views.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, I want to say that we should spend more on health sector. Our health infrastructure is inadequate and a large part of our country can't afford private hospitals. Many poor people are dying because they can't get proper medication in public sectors. Due to the lack of doctors and hospital beds, we only have 53 beds for 1 lakh people. And I think this is enough to show that why we should spend more on health sector. And my opposition is talking about defense. So I want to tell them that a country
is made up of people, not from weapons and borders. And if we are not able to keep our people healthy, then there is no use of this defense. Thank you.
Now I request Honorary Member Preeti to express her views.
Honorary Speaker Ma'am, we all heard Honorary Member say that a country is built by its people, and I completely agree with her. But she seems to forget that the soldiers who are putting out their lives for us are also the citizens of this country, and it is their duty to protect them too, especially when India is being threatened by its neighboring countries, and if it gets attacked, then no amount of health budget is going to protect us. And if there is no country, then what is the use of increasing the health budget? India has had a past full of invasions, and we must protect it from that. So, therefore, I support the defense budget. Thank you.
Please maintain silence. Now I request Honorary Member Prachi to express her views.
Honorable Speaker Ma'am, though the opposition then said that India is being threatened by other neighboring countries, but if we come on the budget, we can see that the defense budget is just increasing year on year compared to health budget. We have spent 2% of our GDP just in defense, whereas India's health budget is just 1%. We need to ensure that we have adequate funding for people, health and medical service for the rehabilitation of the country. Thank you.
Ma'am, we don't have the less infrastructure in the health sector just because of the budget. It is just because of the corruption done by the government.
Now I request Honorary Member Harpreet Singh from the opposition bench to express his views.
Honorable Speaker Madam, the way my worthy opponents are emphasizing to spend more on defense, I think they don't know about the security threats which has been done by our neighbors. I have a report with me from the important newspaper The Hindu, which clearly states that India faces threats to its security from almost all of its neighbors. Like China, who has been creating lots of disturbances at northern border through a large chunk of armies. Pakistan, who has always been against India on many issues like Kashmir and trying to increase terrorist activities in India. Nepal, who had always been with India but started supporting China more. Bangladesh, who had been created by India only but started increasing carrying out terrorist activities in India. Recently, even Maldives, who had always been with India but started turning against India. The main reason is increasing terrorism in India, and as a result, we see daily in our newspaper about lots of terrorist attacks happen and lots of policemen have to sacrifice their life. So, it is clear we should spend more on defense only. Thank you, ma'am.
Members, you all are requested to maintain silence. Now I request Honorary Member Sonal Shrishti to express her views.
Honorable Speaker Ma'am, unlike my honorable members, I am very sure about my thinking that more investment should be made on health. As Corona has not ended yet, we are just neglecting the pandemic's existence to get back to our daily lives. During the last 2 years, our country has lost lakhs of people. And this was the time when the economy of India went downhill. Also, the famous saying, health is wealth, clearly proves that development is just a part of our life. There would be no development without people, and there would be no people without health. Also, the army or the defense, which my opposition is talking about, has good health as its utmost requirement. So the discussion doesn't make any sense, as it is crystal clear that more investment should be made on health only. Thank you.
Ma'am, we value for the life of the people, but army should be our first priority to safeguard the nation.
Please maintain the dignity of the House. Now I request Honorary Member Elishika Sudhi to express her views.
Honorable Speaker Ma'am, I am very sure we must spend more on defense. Honorable members, are you all aware of the motto of the Indian Army? It is service before self. These are the thoughts of our soldiers. This is their commitment. We are able to sleep peacefully at night because of them. We are alive because they are there defending us. So what is our duty to them? It is to provide them with proper nutrition and good equipment. That is why we need to spend more on defense. We need money for that. You all see the people of Ukraine running away. Are any of them sick to you? Do any of them look unwell to you? No. Then why are they running away? Because they lack a good defense system. They lack arms. And that is a very clear example of why we must spend more on defense.
Please. Now you all have heard the arguments of both the sides. Thank you, honorary members. Today's session ends, but not the debate. We'll again meet tomorrow and continue with the same topic. Now, today's session is adjourned.